Here's a thought experiment. What if you had culinary legend Anthony Bourdain as your travel guide, an expert travel concierge, and a top-notch researcher all working together to plan the perfect travel itinerary for you? Well, you might just be able to with the power of CrewAI. Hey friends, in this video, we are going to dive into the world of CrewAI. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to build your own custom crew that can plan your perfect trip for you, handle complex projects, or even write software. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Also, don't get left behind in the AI revolution. Join our free Skool community, the GPT Pioneers Club, where I teach you how to build custom GPT and AI agents. Speaking of pioneering AI, let me introduce you to Devin from Cognition AI, the world's first fully autonomous AI software engineer capable of managing end-to-end software development projects. Devin AI can autonomously code, debug, and deploy software. It's not just an assistant, it's your next team member. Imagine if you can build your own autonomous employee, or even better, your own AI crew. Today, our focus is CrewAI, so let's get started. So what exactly is CrewAI? At its core, CrewAI is a framework that allows you to assemble a team of AI agents, each with a specialized skill and roles. These agents collaborate to tackle complex, multifaceted problems, just like planning a travel itinerary, where you need a planner, a local guide, and a logistic handler. Now you can imagine the agents to be your company's employees. They all have specific characteristics, specific tasks, and they have access to specific skill set. And they all work together to accomplish a goal. So these are your agents. And it could be real life roles like a manager, a researcher, and as well as a writer, except they're all AI agents. Now check this out. This is why this is so awesome, because these agents can actually work with each other, just like in real life. They can collaborate with each other and pass information as well as delegate tasks. A manager could delegate a task to the writer could delegate a task to the researcher, share information, and eventually assign a member to assemble all the work together in a final output. And in the example that I'm going to show you, we'll see how a travel concierge, a local expert, as well as a researcher can come together and produce a concrete travel plan with the budget, flight details, hotel recommendations, as well as events during the time we will visit. You will see how a travel plan that would normally take days can be done in a matter of minutes with CrewAI. Now, CrewAI makes it really easy to assign properties to these agents. There are three main properties that you need to be aware of. They are role, and role is just like in real world. They are managers, researchers, writers. That is a role. And then you have something called tools. Tools are like a skill set for that employee. Now, in the context of AI agents, tools are specific functions that the agent has access to. Think of these as custom functions in a Custom-GPT. There is a library of custom functions within a CrewAI. You can also write your custom functions, like, for example, searching the internet, doing some complex calculation, writing, posting content on social media, etc. These are all tools agents can have access to. Now, in CrewAI, not only can you assign tools to agents, you can also assign tasks to agents. Tasks are just like job descriptions for an employee. These are specific set of instructions or goals that the agent needs to complete throughout the framework of solving that specific problem. For example, a researcher's task could be to search the internet to find specific content, and then they could also have the task to delegate to the writer to write about a specific content or topic. And the last concept that you should be aware of is the process. This is pretty much the entire framework that describes how the agents are going to be working among each other, how the tasks and tools are going to be assigned to each of the agents to complete the problem, and what is the final outcome that they need to provide so that they can assemble their learnings and converge to that final outcome. Now let's do some coding. So first and foremost, you need a software called VS Studio Code. Go ahead and download it. It's absolutely free. Once you're in that software, you're going to create a new folder and you're going to select folder so that you have now a working directory. We're going to use the CrewAI example template for our coding purposes. Now, if you don't have GitHub installed, make sure you install GitHub, and then we can go back to our VS Studio and just type git clone and the repository name, CrewAI examples. It's going to clone that repository. And as you can see, now you have the CrewAI examples repository in your working directory. Make sure you go into that folder and then go into the trip planner folder where you're going to find the .env file. If it's not .env, make sure you rename it to .env. You're going to need 3 sets of API keys. The SERPer API and the browserless API is going to allow your agents to do searches. So those are crucial. And then the OpenAI API key. Now go to the website, go ahead and get the API keys. I believe both of them have a free trial, so you can get the API keys, try it out. You can also get the paid plans as well. So once the API keys are plugged in, we're going to go back to the GitHub repository where they provide specific instructions on how to run the trip planner example guide step by step, as well as installing any prerequisite packages. Obviously, you need the latest version of Python, so if you don't have Python, make sure you install that. And also you need to have Poetry installed before you can run this command. So let me go ahead and use pip install Poetry platform dirs. This will install Poetry in your local machine. Okay, once that is installed, you can then go ahead and run Poetry install no root. This will install all the dependencies that you will need for this project. Okay, once all dependencies are installed, we're now ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and check the tripagent.py file. As you can see, we have a Python class called tripagents, as well as all the agents and their properties. For example, the city selection agent has the role, their goal, and a backstory, as well as the tools they have access to. Next up, you have the local agent and then the travel concierge. You know, I'm a big fan of Anthony Bourdain. I watched all his shows and I love all the recommendations he provides in terms of adventure food travel. So unfortunately, he's not with us anymore, but we can write a prompt to have the local agent take up the characteristics of Anthony Bourdain and provide recommendations in his style. So the backstory, think of this as characteristics that you'd like to provide your agent with. You're Anthony Bourdain, a knowledgeable local guide with a deep understanding of the city's culture, local gems, and culinary delights. Your goal is to share this knowledge in a way that feels like an intimate tour. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you can write the prompt any way you wish, but I'm just going to see how this works out. Next up is the trip tasks. These are the set of instructions that the agents must follow to complete the goals for the project. Let's go ahead and look at some of these tasks. Okay, so this task is identifying tasks. It takes several parameters: agent, origin, cities, interests, and range. So it basically does an analysis and selects the best city for the trip based on specific criteria such as weather patterns, seasonal events, and travel costs. This task involves comparing multiple cities, considering factors like current weather conditions, upcoming cultural or seasonal events, and overall travel expenses. Your final answer must be a detailed report on the chosen city and everything you found out about it, including the actual flight cost, weather forecasts, and attractions. As you can see, CrewAI comes pre-built with nicely formatted task template, which you can reuse for other tasks. As you can see, there's different kinds of tasks: identifying, gathering, planning. All these can be used by agents to come to a conclusion and provide the best output. Okay, let's go ahead and see the main.py file, which is going to take all that code and put it together for us to run. As you can see, we have a class called trip crew, which takes parameters, origin, city, date, range, interest, etc., and it initializes the agent's as well as the tasks. So you have the city selector agent, the local expert agent, and the travel concierge. Then it assigns each task to a specific agent, as well as the parameters that are needed for that task. And inside the function, we're also creating a crew, which will take in agents as a list, as well as the tasks. And then the result would be returned. So when we run the main.py file, we're going to take in the input, such as location, city, date range, and interest. We're going to pass in all the parameters to the trip crew class or object, and then we're going to use the run function to return the results. To run the file, just type poetry run python main.py. It's going to ask you where you're traveling from. I'm going to say Dallas, Texas. I'm going to specify a bunch of cities, a date range, and some interests. You can now see CrewAI in action. It's basically going off, doing its research, gathering all necessary information such as weather, flight details, budget, food options, etc. And it's putting together a guide for me to look at. Now it will take a couple of minutes for this to converge, and it is autonomously deciding how to proceed to the next step. For example, if it did not find information about the weather, it's going to go to another website, try to find the information. If it doesn't, then it produces a general response, and and then it hands off to the next agent to perform their task. So it's working together behind the scenes without you having to do anything on your end. Once the agents have completed their job, they'll produce a final travel itinerary for you. For my case, they produced a 7-day travel itinerary for Tulum. I specified I love beach activities and just beach in general, and they provided a hotel recommendation, which is beachfront. And I also mentioned I love tacos, and it looks like they picked out some of the best restaurants in the area. And some of them look adventurous as well, something that I could imagine only Anthony Bourdain could come up with. The agents also looked at events around the time that I would be there and suggested me to try out some of the nightlife options as well. And this is very well thought of. If you were to have only ChatGPT write this out, it would not be as detailed as this itinerary right here. So I would definitely recommend you to try CrewAI. This is amazing.
See how easy that was and how seamless these AI agents work together. And that's just scratching the surface of what CrewAI can do. With platforms like Devin AI paving the way, the future of AI is not just assisting, but fully collaborating, innovating alongside us. Now, if you're excited about the future of AI and want to be part of this journey and not get left behind, make sure to join our GPT Pioneers Club. It's free. It's in the description. Also for anyone looking to expand their Python skills. Thank you for watching, my friend. Okay, so you've learned how to build your CrewAI team. Now you need a front-end software to deploy your agents. Watch this video right here to see how you can stream your output and deploy using Streamlit, and watch this video right here to learn more about vector database and RAG and how it can help you efficiently store your data and get meaningful results. We can't wait to see what you're going to build with CrewAI. Until next time, keep exploring the limitless possibilities of AI. GPT pioneers, let's go.